Alright guys, EVO 2024 is over with, and we're here to recap it. We're here to talk about the things that happened, accolades, stuff that happened behind the scenes, everything that we kind of know about it. I wasn't there in person, but everything that we've gathered from online, talking about the event, how people feel about the event. Let's get into it. So in Street Fighter 6, the USA has finally done it. That's right, the USA has finally done it. Punk the God finally gets his redemption and he wins an EVO title. Now this is 7 years after the last time that he was actually in grand finals, when he lost to Tokido back in the day in Street Fighter 5. But he has made it back, and against Big Bird he actually completed the task, and now he is an EVO champion. So this is something that he can have on his resume. Now we know Punk back in the day, his 2017 runs, I think it was his 2019 run in Street Fighter 5, but some of the best Street Fighter 5 we've ever seen. He basically set himself apart to be one of the best Street Fighter 5 players, well, Street Fighter players to ever play the game. So it's great that he's finally got this. You know, a lot of people hold that over his head that he didn't have an EVO title, but he has it now. Punk the God, folks. So Arslan wins his 5th EVO title. So basically Arslan is at a point to where when you're talking about Tekken GOATs, you gotta bring his name up. He's even starting to bring a case of Mount Rushmore and stuff like that, but I don't think he's there yet. We're actually going to talk about that. I'm gonna give you some names who I think should be on the Mount Rushmore. But yeah, so he actually won, I mean, you know, 5 EVO titles in such a short time that he's been playing the game. The second person to win back-to-back EVO titles in the Tekken game. The first person to do it was Crow back in, I think, the Tekken 5 days or Tekken 4 days. I can't remember which one exactly, but I know Crow was the only one to do it back in the early days of EVO in the early 2000s. He also won EVO Japan, Tekken World Tour, and EVO in the same year. So when it comes to Tekken GOATs, I mean, you gotta say his name. Nitro wins in Guilty Gear Strive. Now he puts on for New York stand up, baby. You know, one of the hearts and the hearts of the FGC and its creation in, you know, the Americas. He's basically mostly known as like a Dragon Ball FighterZ player, but now he's won a title in Guilty Gear Strive, putting himself up there as the best player in the world. So you can basically say he's dominant at 2 different games right now. So he's setting himself apart. Peace up, Nitro, you actually did it, man. So SonicFox actually now has 7 EVO titles. SonicFox does it again. He wins in MK1. He has his 7th EVO title. Now, SonicFox is definitely on the Mount Rushmore of fighting games, in my opinion. He's basically only 2 titles behind, matching Justin Wong with 9 EVO titles. I mean, he's done it across many different games. He's done it across Skullgirls, Injustice, MKN, Dragon Ball FighterZ. He won a lot of those MK titles the first year when it was his highest competition. So he's basically out here just kicking butt and taking names. So now he's basically done it across 3 MK games, MK10, MK11, and now MK1. So he's basically just, I mean, what can you say about it? Prodigy in the scene. So basically for my Mount Rushmore, I got Xiao, Justin Wong, Infiltration, and SonicFox. Now I was thinking about maybe putting, you know, people have said Daigo goes in there. I honestly think Infiltration's resume is a little bit better than Daigo's. Infiltration has won across 3 different Street Fighter titles. Daigo only has 2. Daigo has won 2 of his titles in Guilty Gear. So when people think a lot of his 6 titles, they think it's all Street Fighter, but 2 of them are in Guilty Gear, and the other 4 are stretched across Street Fighter 2 and Street Fighter 4. Infiltration, I mean, if you go through his list, I mean, I basically got Infiltration over Daigo. I was thinking about putting Arslan in there, but I actually have Xiao over Arslan at the moment for what he's done. So basically I got Xiao, Justin Wong, SonicFox, and Infiltration. Basically it's my Mount Rushmore. So y'all let me know who y'all got in there. So Aarondamacc wins in Granblue. Now when I look at Aarondamacc, like going through his history and stuff, I found like on Liquipedia and stuff like that, it says he's only really been competing for 2 years. So for to finally get an EVO title and you only been competing for 2 years, it's fantastic. So shout out to Aarondamacc for what he's done. Another US person putting us on the map. The USA won the most EVO titles this year out of the main games. 4 EVO titles. Man, that's what's up. Xiao, he basically wins his 4th EVO title, you know, basically the GOAT of the KOF series. I got him on my Mount Rushmore. He's basically like just fantastic player. Has, you know, high titles in different games. He's won a Street Fighter League. He has a Street Fighter League title, so he has a high title in Street Fighter along with his KOF titles, and just his KOF run is crazy. The Neo Geo World Finals, he has 2 of those. I'm wondering that, I think there was only 2 and he has like the 2 out of those. I have to go look that up. But he has 2 Neo Geo titles, 4 KOF titles. I think he has a SBO title. Like the dude, he just did everything in KOF. I mean, he just total domination. So, and he's still going. Xiao, I got him on my Mount Rushmore, 4th EVO title. So Senaru wins in UNI2. Player been playing for a long time, almost a decade in the game, and basically he's finally won his EVO title. So shout out to you for winning your EVO title. So MOV wins in Third Strike. MOV, one of the GOATs in the game. He basically has a Super Battle Opera title in Third Strike. He has the 25th anniversary Street Fighter title in that. Now he has an EVO title. So he's basically hitting the big 3 for Third Strike. So shout out to him, legend in the game. You can say a lot more about him, but you know, with time. But he's definitely one of the greatest players to play in Third Strike. So honorable mentions, people who have won like in their side tournaments and stuff like that stood out to me. ScrawtV basically completed the Trinity this year. CEO, Combo Breaker, and EVO. He finally gets that EVO title in Melty Blood type Lumina. Definitely setting himself apart as being the best in Melty Blood type Lumina. Basically winning in everything. He started off, you know, basically going to CEO Taku's, the GOAT there, basically winning all the time, basically Mr. CEO at this point. But yeah, so ScrawtV, shout out to you, man. Did a great job in following you. Great stuff. Incendiate basically wins 3 EVO titles in a row in Soul Calibur 6. I mean, when you're talking about Soul Calibur 6 and the greatest players, what else is there to say? The man got 3 EVO titles back to back to back. So shout out to Incendiate, doing what you're doing, man. Legend, definitely the best in Soul Calibur 6. The GOAT, Bas, basically has won 11 EVO titles in Capcom versus SNK2. When you're talking about a reign of dominance, somebody who's just, just the epitome of this is my era, this is my game, ain't nobody touching me. Shout out to Bas, 11 CvS2 titles, man. Crazy. Inzem basically completes the trifecta in Dragon Ball FighterZ, CEO, Combo Breaker, and EVO. He has won in Dragon Ball FighterZ, so he wins the Power Plus ranking for the Dragon Ball World Tour this year, so he's going to qualify. And he won CEO, so he basically won one of the power rankings for that also. And that's only been 2, so he won one of the 2, and he won the only Power Plus ranking, which was EVO. So he basically he killing the game. He's basically telling you, oh look, I'm coming, the title's mine, who gonna prove me any different? So shout out to him, got his EVO title, and he's basically on his way to be the Dragon Ball FighterZ World Tour champion if he keeps this up. So moving on to reveals for EVO this year, there were a good bit of reveals and stuff like that, just nothing too earth-shattering. You know, there was stuff we were looking for that was probably gonna be earth-shattering. We didn't get it, but we're getting hints that it's going that way. Now, going to Capcom, they were kind of disappointing. Really, the only thing that they showed this year was a little bit more footage of Terry that says he's coming to Street Fighter 6. No gameplay, no nothing, just like a little cinema, basically showing that, you know, hey, yeah, again, Terry's in the game. So a little disappointing from Capcom. Maybe they got something up their sleeve coming up soon, but they ain't do it at EVO, and this was like their highest entry game of all time, you know, based at a tournament. Perfect time to do it here. Everybody's watching. I mean, we got all types of celebrities and stuff, people eyes on the game. Crazy. I don't know why I ain't doing anything, but hey, Terry coming. Tekken revealed that Heihachi is coming back, so a lot of people were kind of divided on this. Some people are just like, dang, why he didn't stay dead, but other people are like, why you didn't know that? Don't nobody ever really die, especially with these Mishimas and Tekken. They always gonna come back. But I mean, it is what it is. He's back. That's good. That was probably the biggest reveal that we had going on this weekend, that Heihachi was back. So, you know, the Tekken team owns that. But yeah, Heihachi's coming back. SNK announced SVC Chaos is coming. Well, not coming this year. You can basically get it on Steam right now, and it's going to release a little bit later, like on PS4 and I forgot the other system. But yeah, SVC Chaos is available for you to download. So basically, this is our sign. If you want Capcom versus SNK2, you need to go ahead and buy this, because this is the way that we're going to show. We show it our wallet that this game is something that we really want. So go out there and get that, so we can get that Capcom versus SNK3. Yuzuki was announced for Under Night Birth, so that's really the only thing that I think we got from that. If I forgot, let me know. But yeah, in Under Night Birth, Yuzuki was the character that they announced. So Guilty Gear actually announced that they're having a 3v3 mode. So Guilty Gear is going Marvel. They announced that. They basically showed that they're gonna have a Cyberpunk Edge Runner's character. I think her name is Lucy. She's just was announced that she's coming. Izzy, Venom, and Unika were announced, and season 4 is actually coming. And you know they announced like a patch is coming too. So that's all that we got from Guilty Gear. Granblue actually announced Vakali, a character pass for season 2, and you know they sneak peeked. How do you say Soundathon? If I said that wrong, I'm sorry. I don't keep. That was it for as far as the stuff that was announced. Like once again, really no earth-shattering stuff. I mean, of course, EVO said that they're gonna next year they're gonna go to Los Angeles, Las Vegas, Tokyo, Japan, and they're going to France. So they announced that, and in 2026 they're basically going to Switzerland. So EVO is trying to get their world tour on. You know they're doing this because Sony has announced it. Sony probably wants to take over, do a lot more stuff. So you know EVO is finna go global. Now we get to the point where we talking about like just the EVO event in general. Once again, we didn't go, but we basically covered it. We were online all the time, keeping our hand on the pulse. We'll see what's going on in the scene. And basically overall people really enjoyed EVO. It was a great time. This is the biggest EVO of all time. It got a lot of eyes on it and stuff like that. You had all types of rappers and different celebrities and stuff like that talking about it. The USA finally came back and showed their dominance and stuff like that. People really enjoyed themselves over the 3 days and stuff like that. So overall it was a fantastic event. There was just a few things that people were saying that they had some issues with. We saw, basically this weekend that they had like airline issues. So if you didn't know, if you were under a rock this weekend, basically a lot of airlines, basically all of them except probably like Spirit Airlines, I saw, they basically were having issues to where like they were down, their systems were down. I forgot the exact name of it, but it had something to do with Microsoft. And basically a lot of people couldn't get in on flights and stuff like that. So if you came in, if you didn't get there early and you tried to come in kind of like last minute, like the day of, like a lot of people couldn't come. There was a lot of people who had to basically cancel their plans, and they paid all that money for like the hotels and all that other stuff, and they couldn't get their flight. So some people had to settle with just coming in like on Saturday, and some people just kind of dubbed it up and said, man, if they just can't come. So that was unfortunate. It was a lot of people that had to DQ in the brackets and stuff like that from this, but there was something that just was unforeseen. EVO couldn't do anything about. I saw some people online were talking about how like water stations weren't like the easiest to get to. There were issues and stuff like that where people were saying they couldn't have like their water bottles, which is a big deal in Las Vegas because the heat has been outrageously abnormal everywhere. Abnormal everywhere this year, and so Las Vegas was no different. And we already know, if you've been to Las Vegas at EVO during this time, how crazy hot it is. So it's really important to stay hydrated. But I'm sure they got this situation fixed. And then some misunderstandings with the things that weren't allowed at EVO, but those were kind of like the same things that they've had like every year. So I guess there's just people who are new and kind of just didn't know what the deal was. I've seen some people say some stuff about PS5s overheating, but that's just stuff that's gonna happen. I mean, they're dealing with so much equipment, so many things. I mean, you can't control everything. But really the big thing was just the last day arena experience. So this year at EVO, they basically said if you buy a ticket, you're good for all 3 days. They charged you extra money and stuff like that. It was a lot of extra money. Some people were really kind of talking about that, but hey, you get into the last arena day for free, and it came to be an issue to where like there were super long lines. The arena filled out pretty quickly, and EVO actually kind of responded to this and said that, hey, we understand this is this and this, but the arena is full. If you want to watch it, there's other avenues to watch it and stuff like that. And a lot of people were kind of upset with that because it was sold that you would get into the arena for free, you could come and go as you want, blase, but it filled up and people were in lines that looked like snake way trying to get into the event all day. So that was really unfortunate. It seemed like it just kind of almost was just like something like an overlook, I guess you could say. But that was like people's finals day experience for a lot of people was ruined. A lot of people and even if you were somebody that actually got into the venue, when you left to go to the restroom and stuff like that, you lost your spot. And you know, some people will lose, like, you know, left their stuff in the venue, just, you know, having to go to the restroom and come back, and then realize they couldn't get back in, and then it's like, my stuff is left in there, or, you know, so somebody might take it. Hopefully everybody was able to get their stuff, but it was just really an issue with like being filled with capacity and everybody not being able to enjoy the arena finals experience that they paid for. So we're sure that EVO is going to get that under control. You know, Rick and the team, they're on top of things, so I'm sure this is something that's going to be fixed next year. Maybe they'll just go back to, you know, having to purchase an arena ticket separately, and, you know, they'll limit how many they can sell, or they'll just, you know, I don't know if they'll be able to go bigger for that third day, you know, but as far as like the space that they'll use, but we'll see. So that's basically the wrap up, guys. Everything that happened at EVO. If you was there, let me know. Let me know how your experience was in the comments. If you weren't there and you enjoyed it online, still let me know how you enjoyed it, everything you thought about it. Let me know who y'all Mount Rushmore is in the FGC, man. A lot of people don't really be talking about, you know, who the best players are, who got the best accolades. I understand we're a community, we're just having fun and stuff like that, but I feel like it's just really good talk, really good conversation for the, you know, talk about who the favorite players are, who the best were, and stuff like that. So y'all let me know. It's your boy Rex, I'm Max, man. Peace out.